Welp, here we are once again with more Stardew Valley secrets, missed details and changes from the 1.6 update. And I am yet again willing to bet that there's at least one thing on this list that you didn't know. So let's take a look. Here are 50 details that you might have missed in the new update. Putting raisins in a Junimo hut gives a 20% chance for them to harvest double crops. By the way, one Junimo hut consumes 1 bag of raisins per week. Fairy roses increase the chance for the crop fairy to show up. The Adventure Guild now stays open until 2 AM. Pre 1.6 it was only until 10 PM. NPCs no longer destroy chests that are in their way, but rather just shove them around. You can strafe while charging your watering can or hoe, allowing you to reposition your tool hit area without changing your facing direction. I already mentioned this in a previous video, but if you haven't seen it, bee houses now work with flowers in garden pots. You can now turn the golden clock on or off. I don't know why you would even do that, but then again, I don't know much about the golden clock in general, because I've never actually had one. Yeah, no, it's tragic. 1.6 introduced the golden Joja parrot. This little guy is located next to the volcano and he can be paid to find all the golden walnuts that you haven't found. After paying him and going to bed, you will receive any remaining walnuts the next morning. This is such a great addition, especially for people who are only missing like 1 or 2 golden walnuts. You can trade 20 pieces of gold for 1 single mahogany seed at the raccoon's wife shop. There are 2 types of mannequins that you can acquire. One is sold by Sandy for 12,000 gold at her shop, and the other one only drops from haunted skulls. Both can be used for displaying your clothes, but the cursed variant, which is the one with the slightly bluish tone, actually has a variety of things that it can do while it is displayed in your farmhouse. If you go to bed, there is a chance that the mannequin will swap clothes with you, provided you put some clothes on the cursed one. It can move to a random place in your house, and it can even change the wallpaper in the room you placed it in. Truly haunting. The mini jukebox now also works on Ginger Island. You can change the flooring of the slime hutch, and slime balls no longer spawn on crafted floorings inside the building. After completing the community center, the fish tank inside now becomes an actual fish tank where you can place any fish inside it. Very nice little detail. On spring the 17th, there's a yearly special mini event that you can do in the Cindersap forest near the Headmouse shop. You can spot a rainbow and a pot of gold at the end of it. Upon interacting with it, you will receive the leprechaun hat and a bit of money. I know that probably everyone already knew about this, but I haven't mentioned it before, so there you go. There is a very faint jingling sound when running with the Cinder Clown shoes on. Farm animals now gain a little bit of happiness if you close the door behind them at night. Most home renovations at Robin's shop cost money, but it is also refunded if you undo the renovation. Chopping down fruit trees now yields the appropriate fruit sapling. If the tree is mature, meaning the quality is basic, then it will yield the same quality as the fruit. Chopping down a tea bush also gives back a tea sapling. Snake vertebrae have a higher chance now to be obtained from artifact spots around Ginger Island. This was always the last piece that I was missing for the field office, so I am super happy about that. Treasure chests are universally like gifts except for Linus. In fact, he won't even accept the gift at all, which I think is a nice touch. Joja Cola gives you a very short speed buff upon consuming it, and green tea now also gives you a 0.5 speed buff for about 4 minutes. Geode crushers no longer require coal to be able to operate, which is such a nice change. The napalm ring is now non-destructive on the farm and more importantly inside the slime hutch, meaning the explosion will only damage monsters. Mystic trees yield hardwood when cutting them down. 1.6 added a coal node that can also spawn in the quarry. Also, don't mind the mess here, I obviously haven't been here in a long time. The summit is a place that you can only enter in vanilla Stardew upon completing perfection. If you were to somehow cheat your way up there before earning perfection, there will be an exclusive cutscene where Mr. G berates you on cheating and then just straight up murders you. The fact that he made an own cutscene just for that is hilarious. Thanks to this comment, I learned that you can actually put mushrooms into a preserve jar. There is a 0.2% chance that your pig will dig up a truffle crab instead of an actual truffle. These can appear on your farm regardless of whether you have monster spawns on the farm enabled or not. Wild seed spots are a bit rarer now, but also yield more seeds. The shaving enchantment for the axe was updated to more tree-specific drops. For example, the fern tree drops fern, mushroom trees red mushrooms, and the mahogany tree hardwood. Void eggs are now poisonous. You can enchant your pan with the Archaeologist, Generous, Fisher, and Reaching enchantment at the Forge or Mini Forge. There's a small chance to find cosmetic items like hats and shirts while doing random tasks, like slaying monsters or chopping down trees. Train cars that carry wood have a small chance to drop hardwood. Mushroom logs and mushroom boxes now grant 5 foraging XP on harvest, and berry bushes give 1 single foraging XP per berry. The worm bin recipe received a few noticeable changes during the last update. It is now unlocked after reaching level 4 in fishing instead of level 8, you need less hardwood to be able to craft it, and it also produces at least 4 to 5 bait per day instead of only 2 to 5. The loom has a higher chance to produce double cloth when processing higher quality wool. You can move a chest that is filled with items by 1 tile with a heavy tool. Pre-update 1.6 this was only possible with your hands and also took a bit longer. After completing your request from a special order board, you can pick up a free prize ticket next to the request board from this little wooden box. Crab pots that are in the ocean will no longer be visible during the Dance of the Moonlight Jelly Festival. Drinking mayonnaise while being close to villagers will cause them to comment on it, mostly in a negative way with the exception of Emily. Butterfly powder is an item that you can only buy from Krobus, and upon using it lets you remove any pets from your farm. Also, butterfly powder is a universally hated item. I mentioned in the last Detailed video that if you place cookies outside the day before the Feast of the Winter Star, you will receive a mystery box the following day. Well, you can actually do the same thing with milk. Should have been obvious, really. You can wear your pan as a hat. You can use the scythe to harvest salmon berries and blackberries. Krobus is the only one from the marriage candidates, or in this case roommate, that will stand outside while it is raining. So this is not new, I just found it out while I was recording footage for this video. I've been living with this guy for so long and I've never noticed this, he just kinda blends in with the color of my house. And there you have it, 50 details that you might have missed in the new update. I hope you found this video helpful or learned anything new, because if you did, then please leave a like, it helps out so much. If you know of any secrets or changes that you think are less known, then feel free to leave a comment down below, I love reading them, and thanks for watching.